Hey crew, hey, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Dee Dee here with Creative Couture. Y'all, my voice is jacked up. These allergies, they are kicking my butt, but I am still doing what I need to do. As y'all can see, I got some of my gifts in the car already loaded up for tomorrow because today is Saturday, the day before Father's Day, and I am still in here getting it together. Nevertheless, y'all, if you are new here, my name is Dee Dee. I am a gift basket designer as well as many other things, but my videos cater to beginning gift basket making girlies. So yes, those who are new to the game, trying to learn this trade and just trying to make them extra coins off their creative baskets and designs, and want to have fun with it. And that's what I'm here for, to help y'all along the way, because I too was a beginner and frustrated and just trying to make a few extra coins, and I had to, go through the ups and the downs and the trials and the tribulations. So anyway, I'm here as a resource for y'all. And today we're going to be talking about wire baskets, what to do with one, and how to make it work for a man's gift. This can be a Father's Day gift or all occasion. Either way, it doesn't matter. It'll work. And also, if you are not a part of the crew, make sure you hit the subscribe button and become a part of the crew, because why? We have room for you. That's why. And you're very welcome to come on over. And if you are already a part of a crew, thank you for sticking and staying with your girl, rocking and rolling with me, and clicking on this video to see what I'm up to today. All right, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this video. Okay, y'all, so we're going to be using this wire basket. And these can be a little challenging or even intimidating, but they really don't have to be. Just treat it like any other basket or container. So first things first is, we're going to take off those tags, because we don't need those. So let's get rid of that. And then we're going to this one is shallow, so I'm going to use it for like a flat concept. I don't want to stand my items up because it is so shallow, so I will be laying them down. So here's the one that I already started to stuff, y'all. So I just took some craft paper, and as y'all can see, I folded it over. It's just folded in threes. So I put it in the bottom, stuffed it with paper, folded it over once, tucked it, and then folded it back over a second time and tucked it. So it's kind of made like a little pillow, or whatever, pillow, a newspaper, a little cushion. But anyway, so that's how we're going to do the foundation, okay? Easy. 1, 2, 3. So once you get that in there, make sure you tuck all your little scraggly ends down, because we don't want those sticking up. And then, y'all, we just going to do 3 easy items in this flat concept. This is going to be so fast and so simple. So once I get that down flat the way I want it, I go ahead and use my largest item first, which is going to be these slides right here. And they actually take up the whole entire basket, which is a good thing. So here we go. So we got the slides, and this piece in the middle, y'all, you can either leave that on or take it off. It's up to you. Next, we're going to use some body wash and a loofah. So those are going to be our 3 easy items. And I decided to leave that piece in this time. I mean, sometimes I take it out, but this time I'm actually going to use it to help secure my loofah. So that's why I decided to keep it in there. So just take the little loofah hook, put it on there, and then slide the piece in between the shoes. And that way you don't have to worry about, securing it anymore, or it falling out of place or whatever. So there we go. Lay the shoes in, lay the loofah in the bottom of one of the shoes, like so, like that. See? Easy peasy, y'all. I told you. And then we just gonna put the body wash on the other side. So only thing I can say is make sure y'all take off those security tags, because that's the little thing, the little sensor piece. If you see that, take that off as well with the price tags, because that's tacky, y'all. Try not to leave that on your gifts. I mean, hey, and like the price tags, sometimes one might get past you, but if you can, remember to look for that. Take those off. All right, so I just laid that in the shoe, and that's it. And as y'all see, I haven't even put any tape on it yet. I am, but I haven't done it yet. but that's the gift. So I'm gonna just take this tape and secure down my body wash. And because it's on the heavier side, I'm going to put the tape all the way across it. That piece right there, I ended up taking it off because it was short and I didn't want to use a lot of short pieces, so I just went ahead and used one big long piece across the bottom. And y'all gonna see that in a second, because I was like, oh nah, I'm not doing that. So just to make it easy on myself, which that's the name of the game, y'all. Easy peasy, 1, 2, 3. All right, so they got a long piece. It's gonna go across the bottom, and I'm actually gonna pull it tight and tuck it underneath the basket on both sides. And I did put a piece across the top of the shoe as well, the same way across the toe. I just wanted to, add that little extra piece of security with that tape. But when I did go to wrap this up, I ended up taking that piece off, that top piece right there off. So I really didn't need that. All right, so that's just me taping it down. Because, see, sometimes, y'all, you got to play with it. You got to see what works and what don't. And if you don't play with it, you're not going to know. So it is a lot of trial and error. But once you figure it out, like, it goes easy. It goes by quick. So, like, if you was to make 2 or 3 of these, you would throw it together in no time. Because you already made the one and you saw what worked and what didn't. All right, so the tape is holding. It's holding good enough. I'm going to shrink wrap this so I don't need to use any fishing line or secure it down any more than that. The shrink wrap will actually hold it in place. And so now, y'all, it's just time to add some shred. I'm using this neutral color with the little gold pieces in it. And I like to just add a little hot glue because that helps hold the shred in the container. I don't like my shred to fall out when my in my bag when my gifts are being moved around. So that's just what I like to do. And I go all around putting down glue and putting down shred and making sure not to get the glue on the items. Alright, so just going around and around. And just, putting in glue, putting in shred. And it did not take a whole lot of shred, y'all, because we just finishing this gift off. The craft paper is the same color as the shred, so it's helping to conceal the fact that, we don't have the gifts laying on a bed of shred. So that's another little tidbit. If you use the same color, like tissue paper as your shred or craft paper as your shred, you won't need as much shred because the colors will blend in. And it'll give the illusion that you use more shred than what you really did. So I'm just going around again, plugging in the holes. And And as I'm going along, I'm just making sure not to get any glue or anything. Just taking my time with it. I mean, this is a simple gift and a simple concept, but you still want your stuff to look neat and presentable when it's on the table. And again, you want it to look professional. You do not want it to look DIY. So, and there I am, just finishing off at the bottom, tucking in, gluing. Alright, and now I got that completed. And this is how we looking. Easy concept. Anybody can do this, y'all. Anybody can do this. And this gift will actually lay flat, or it will stand up on its own. So next, y'all, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in and stuff the toe of those slides, because when you shrink wrap, it pulls the items in, and I don't want the shoes to look collapsed. So I'm gonna take some red tissue paper and cover up my newspaper with it and stuff the toe. And that way it'll make the shoes more sturdy to be able to withstand the pressure from the shrink wrap. You want your shoes to look, substantial. You don't want them to look flimsy. You don't want anything in your baskets to look flimsy. You want everything to look high-end, high quality, premium. And as you can see, I stuffed one side and it's nice and tight. The other side, you see how it goes in? We don't want that. That looks cheap. Even though, it's the same, of course, same shoe, one price. One side looks more high-end because it is nice and firm, and the other side is flimsy. So I'm just going to go ahead and stuff the other one and do the exact same thing. Okay, so I'm just going to, again, stuff the second shoe the way I did the first shoe. And y'all, I'm telling you, it's the small details like this that makes a difference. And it may be an extra step. It might be just a slight bit more work. But at the end of the day, when you have it wrapped and, on your table with a price tag that you can justify because the work you put into it, it makes all the difference in the world. When somebody's standing over your table trying to critique your gift or trying to tell you that your price is too high or that's not worth that, you can stand firm on business that, no, that is worth what I put into it. That is a custom gift that I took my time with putting together. And that's how you know that you're offering fair work for a fair price. So here I'm just lifting that soap up because I need to get that tissue paper up under that shoe. And then I'm just going to put that in there and then put it back. And make sure that the tissue paper is like even when you push it in. Like, don't have it protruding out the top or sticking out the bottom. Squish it, mold it so it can fit in the arch part of the shoe. Again, this is about presentation too. Don't forget that. Got to make our presentation look great, good, and professional. All right, see, nice and firm. That's what we want, nice and firm. So when I put the bag on it, it won't collapse. All right, so we got everything in place. And again, this gift don't take no time to put together. And actually, what we get ready to do now is put it in a bag and get the bow ready. And again, y'all, this is shrink wrap. So just place your basket in the bag. I like to go to one corner. So I push it all the way over to the, that is the right corner, bottom right. And then I start to gather on the sides, make sure my items is the way I want them. And then I have to decide if, I want to cut this bag or if I just want to fold it over, because this bag is too big for this gift. And it just depends on, your basket, the shape of your basket, the items in your basket. You may want to cut it down or you may just want to fold it over. With this one, y'all, I decided to cut it down. So again, I'm just moving my items around. Flattening them out as best I can. And then y'all, oh, excuse me. And then just sizing it up. So I want to make sure it's nice and smooth, and like I said, everything's in place before I start securing the bag, cutting the bag, securing the bag. And it's just something that you got to just take your time with, sizing up, how much extra material you need versus what you don't need, smoothing it out every step of the way, taking your time, pulling it tight, folding it over, using, relatively good judgment. And if you're not sure, just cut it off like in small sections if you're not sure. So maybe cut a piece and see, hey, is it still too much? Then cut a little more. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like elementary, but it's a way to get it right and not waste your product. And it may take a little time, but it does take time. When you're beginning making gift baskets, it takes a while to make a basket and get it right. And as you perfect your skill, of course, you can increase your speed and get it done a lot faster and easier, but it takes time to get there. So don't watch other seasoned basket makers who can sit down and knock out 10 and 20 baskets at a time and feel like you need to keep up with that, because you do not. When I first started making baskets, it took me literally all day to make 5 baskets. And I was all over the place, and I was trying to figure out, okay, what I'm going to put in now. I did not collect all my items at one time. I did not get my thoughts together before I sat down to work. I did not have an idea or a concept in mind before I sat at the table. I just was in the blind, just reaching for stuff, grabbing stuff, and just trying to figure it out as I went along. And like I said, it took me all day to make 5 baskets. So, which honestly, they weren't even all that great once I got finished. But nevertheless, if you think ahead of time, what's your theme or your concept going to be, then you decide what container you want to go with. You can then, according to the container, start to pick your items. So remember, you always want one main item to be your focal point, and then you want some supportive items that will complement that main item and make it make sense. And if you can tie in similar colors, that'll be great, because it will help make your gift look more cohesive once it is complete. So here, y'all, okay, so I finally, cut it down, taped it, got it the way I want it, and I'm just securing the edges and the corners and stuff like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and get the dryer and shrink wrap it, because again, this is shrink wrap. And once I shrink wrap, I'm going to go ahead and add the bow. So that's how we looking so far. And I'm going to make I think I'm going to use this black and white ribbon to make a bow. Just a simple bow. Y'all, excuse my voice. I know I probably sound terrible. And this isn't really a bow tutorial about this black and white bow. It was just me putting it together rather quickly to go ahead and finish this gift up. So, but same concept as all the other bows. So here I am, shrinking it down, holding my loofah in place, making sure I go around all the sides, the edges, the corners, and the back. You want to make sure you get the underside. And I know you can't tell, but it is drawn in, and it is molding around the items as I go. And again, I'm just taking my time, y'all. Don't want to burn a hole in the bag. Don't need to be rushing. That heat will pull those wrinkles right on out, and it will give you a clean, polished, professional look when you finish, if you just take your time. Alright, so we got that. I'm going to cut that ponytail down some, because I like a good ponytail, but I don't need Rapunzel out here. Alright, so that's how we looking. And I'm just making this bow with this black and white ribbon. And I started to just do a simple loop on each side, a 2-loop bow. But then I thought, well, this is a medium-sized gift, so let me do 2 more. So this bow ended up with 4 loops when it was all said and done. And I was happy with that. And like I said, y'all, this is not a bow tutorial in this video. It's just me making the bow so I can complete the gift. Again, securing my bow with a zip tie. And then I'm going to add it to the gift with a pipe cleaner. And so that's what I'm doing now, y'all. Adding on the zip tie. And I'm going to show y'all how the finished look ended up in a minute. And y'all, I use the red pipe cleaner. Of course, you can use any color you want to use. It really doesn't matter. I just grabbed it because it was handy, but it does tie into the colors of this gift. And so you just want to twist it around the back and cut that extra piece off. I know you probably can't see that, but that's what I'm doing. And then I'm going to just ducktail my ends of my ribbon. And then we're going to call it done, y'all. Done, done, done. And that's just me fluffing the bow. Alright, if you want a ducktail and you're not sure how to do it, fold that ribbon in half, cut upward at an angle. Just cut it upward at an angle, and that will give you your V shape, your inverted V shape. And another thing I want to say about them shoes, so those shoes are a size 10, and anytime you're using like shoes and clothes and stuff like that, you want to make sure you put the size on the outside of the basket or the back side of the basket. But because the little handle had the 10 on it and you're able to see that through the plastic, I did not do that this time, but normally I do. So always make sure you can easily reference the size of your shoes or garments in your basket. And that's how that turned out, y'all. And in this particular one, as you can tell, I did not stuff the shoes, so they kind of sunk in a little bit. But I did come back with this one, y'all, where I did stuff the shoe. And with this one, this is a tutorial on how you could also make a bow for this type of gift. So what I did to try to make it a little more easier, I numbered my corners, y'all, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I did the same on the back side, so that they match up. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I just did that to try to help those keep up. So this is how we're going to end up wrapping this. Okay, so we're going to take the ribbon and we're going to lay it diagonal. Okay, it's going to go between numbers 1 and 2. And you want to try to lay it at an angle. And with your left hand, you're going to hold it with your right hand. See, hold it in the back. With your right hand, you're going to bring it down. And as you bring it down, it's going to go around the back of the gift. Okay? So holding it with your left hand, bring it down around the back of the gift. Now, when you come around the back, you have to bring it between numbers 3 and 4. Okay? So it's going to be between 3 and 4 on the back. It's going to come back upward on the front. And this time, it's going to come between numbers 1 and 3 on the front. And it's going to come back around the back again. And it's going to meet up at number 2. Number 2 is the meet-up spot, okay? And once you bring that ribbon around the back and meet it up with number 2, that's when you're going to take that first initial piece and use that leg to tie a knot with the back piece right there. You tie a knot to secure it. Then you can lay it flat, because that's what's easiest for me anyway. Lay it flat and then just tie a bow. Just tie it. And that's how it will look in the back. That's how it should look in the front. Make sure your knot is nice and tight. Not too tight, but nice and tight. We don't want to put a hole in that shrink wrap. And then you just make a bow. Just like you tie on your shoe. That's it. That's all. And then once you tie it, that's how you looking. And then, of course, you go in and you fluff your bow. You open it up. You put the tails where you want them. You play with it. But that is the concept. And after you fluff your bow and get it the way you want it, all right, so we're going to do it again. So I took it off. I tried to smooth it out because you want your ribbon to be, all smooth and on the right side. You don't want to twist it up. And then we're going to do it again. Lay it at an angle. We're going between numbers 1 and 2. So this time, I stood it up. Hopefully y'all can see. Okay, 1 and 2. Bring it down. As you bring it down, bring it around the back. So it's coming around the back. It's going to go between numbers 3 and 4. All right? It's going to come back around the front. It's going to come upward between numbers 1 and 3. Crisscross around the back and meet up at number 2. Just as simple as that, y'all. And this is called a crisscross style bow. Make a knot with both our legs. And then we just tie a bow like we tie our shoestrings. And again, fluff. Make your loops as neat as possible. And just adjust accordingly so that your presentation is on point. And of course, y'all, you probably need to practice. I mean, hey, we all got to do that, right? But with practice, you will get it. You got this. And it's nice to be able to know how to do different styles of bows for different types of gifts. So your gifts can look and represent you accordingly. So anyway, y'all, I hope y'all like this video and this tutorial. And I hope it, again, inspired and encouraged and helped someone along the way in this journey. So, all right, y'all. That's it. That's all. To the next video. Bye.